I don't know what exactly reopening is going to look like for me. There's a lot of fear about the responsibility of other people. I don't think that they're going to be as responsible as I need them to be. They're probably not going to have my best interest in mind.
It's about 8 a.m. and I'm getting ready to flush my feeding tube.
My number one diagnosis is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a rare connective tissue disease. I am neutropenic, which means that I just have a general low immunity problem in my body. I have stopped responding to vaccines. I rely on the people around me to become immune when they're able. Otherwise, I have no ability to prevent myself from catching the disease.
26-year-old Summer Bloyer lives in Salt Lake City. She was diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome at 25. For her, the threat of the coronavirus looms much larger due to her illness.
I am a social person, even though my illness limits me. I did make sure to have these scheduled outings to go see friends at a coffee shop or to go to the grocery store, to go to my favorite bookstore. I love to read. I do still go out occasionally when things are more severe, when things peaked in my state. I wasn't going out at all because doctors are hung up in testing tents and figuring out how to treat these emergency cases and mitigate the damage of this pandemic. I do not have the access to my standard treatments that I still need. So it took me 2 months of a feeding tube that was barely working to get in and get a feeding tube change.
So I'm down again. I'm resting on the couch. Since I've been out of treatments like physical therapy and regular updates for my dysautonomia, my fatigue and my pain is pretty bad lately, and I'm needing a lot more rest than I did before the pandemic.
Utah reopened its businesses in May. Now it's seeing a spike of new COVID-19 cases that span across the state. For Summer, it means she'll have to self-isolate for a much longer time.
I am self-isolating. I am protecting myself, but that's not enough. Since I won't respond to a vaccine even when we have one, I'm going to rely on other people to become immune when they're able. And I'm going to need to self-isolate even longer.
For the immunocompromised community, they're feeling a little bit forgotten again.
Jim Sliney is the director of patient content at Patients Rising, a nonprofit organization that advocates for people with chronic illness.
People are forgetting the reasons why social distancing, face masks, and hand washing are so important. It's for all the people that you don't see who you're protecting.
When I saw that people posting things like sacrifice the week, things like that all over social media, people protesting that they couldn't go get haircuts and holding protest signs because they thought that we were making a big deal out of the value of my life. There was this, when I saw, wow, so much of the country is fighting against me, that was really hard. That was a really dark time.
It's easy for people to think that when they hear a medical term like immunocompromised, that we're talking about people who are laying home in hospital beds and things like that. That's not the case. We're talking about thriving people of all ages with creativity, a desire to get out and work and socialize. These are people with lives just as vibrant and important as anyone else's life. So to think that they would be okay staying trapped in their cave because that's what they're used to anyway, that's not the right way to think about this.
It's about 4 a.m. It's normal for me to wake up about 3 times a night, gasping for air.
Maybe the biggest contradiction of living with illness is, living as normal, as active of a life with as much choice as I can, and also proving to people that I am sick with an illness that is rare and sometimes invisible.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.